Hello, Standard 9. This is the English session in which we are going to learn a poem today, and the name of that poem is Wind. What is the name of that poem? The name of that poem is Wind. This poem is from your book Beehive. This poem is from your book Beehive. Okay? So, our today's poem is Wind. It is written by Subramanyam Bharati. Okay? Subramanyam Bharati. Fine. First, we will have a look on the introduction of the poem. Then, we will read the poem and then we will move to the introduction of the poet. Then, we will look at the poem Wind. We will read the poem, then a small introduction about the poem itself, and then I will explain you the poem stanza wise. Fine. So let's move with the introduction about the poet. Now the poet of our poem, The Wind, is Subramanyam Bharati. Okay, he was born on 11th December 1982 in the village of Atayapuram. Okay, Subramanyam Bharati was born on 11th of December in the year 1882 in a village at Atayapuram. Okay, now Subramanyam was also known as Bhartiyar. He was a Tamil writer, poet, journalist, okay, Indian independent activist, and social reformer and polyglot. Okay, what is polyglot? Polyglot means knowing several languages. Okay, popularly known as Mahakavi Bharati. He was also known as Mahakavi Bharati. He was a pioneer of modern Tamil poetry and is considered one of the greatest Tamil literacy figures of all time. He knew many languages, okay, and he was also known as Mahakavi Bharati. Other than his name Subramanyam Bharati, he was also known as Bhartiyar. Okay. From a very young age, he was musically and poetically inclined. Around the age, he was also attached with music and poet, but from a very young age. Okay, when he was 11 years old, he was conferred the title of Bharti, and one blessed by, Bharti means the one blessed by Goddess Saraswati of Goddess Saraswati, the goddess of learning. Bharti means the one who is blessed by Saraswati, and Goddess Saraswati is the goddess of learning. During his stay in Varanasi, Bharti was exposed into Hindu spirituality and nationalism. He also grew a beard and wore a turban due to his admiration of Sikh. He was a South Indian, okay, but because he admired the because he admired the Sikh, he kept a beard like them and wore a turban as the Sikh do, influenced by his Sikh friend. Though he passed an entrance exam for a job, he returned to Atayapuram, where he was born, during 1901 and started to the court poet of Raja of Atayapuram for a couple of years. Means when he came back to Atayapuram, his born place, okay, he worked, or he was a court poet in the court of Raja Atayapuram for a couple of years. He was a Tamil teacher from August to November 1904 in Sethupathi High School, that is in Madurai. By April 1906, He started editing the Tamil weekly India and the English newspaper that is known as the Bal Bharatam, okay, with MPT Acharya. These newspapers were also a means of expressing Bharati's creativity, which began to peak during this period. Bharati started to publish his poems regularly in these editions, from hymns to nationalistic writings, from contemplation to the relationship between God and man to the song of Russian and French Revolution. Means he wrote in all the ways, related with God also, with the relation between the God and man also. Okay, his writings were hymns also and nationalistic writings also. Okay, so this is about our poem. This is about our poet Subramaniam Bharati. Now let's read the poem first, Wind, which is our today's poem, and then we will have an introduction about this poem and then the explanation stanza wise. Poem Wind. Wind, come softly, don't break the shutters of the windows. Sorry. Don't scatter the papers, don't throw down the books on the shelf. There, look what you did. You threw them all down. You tore the pages of the books. You brought rain again. You are very clever of poking fun at weaklings, frail crumbling houses, crumbling doors, crumbling rafters, crumbling wood, crumbling bodies, crumbling lives, crumbling hearts. The wind god winnows and crushes them all. He won't do what you tell him. So come, let's build strong homes. Let's joint the doors firmly. Practice to firm the body. Make the heart steadfast. Do this and the wind will be friend with us. The wind blows out weak fires. He makes strong fires roar and flourish. His friendship is good. We praise him every day. Let's read the poem once more. Wind, come softly. Don't break the shutters of the window. Don't scatter the papers. Don't throw down the books on the shelf. There, look what you did. You threw them all down. You tore the pages of the books. You brought rain again. You were very clever at poking fun at weaklings, frail crumbling houses, crumbling doors, crumbling rafters, crumbling wood, crumbling body, crumbling lives, crumbling hearts. The wind god winnows and crushes them all. He won't do what you tell him. So come, let's build strong homes. Let's joint the doors firmly. Practice to firm the body. Make the heart steadfast. Do this and the wind will be friends with us. The wind blows out weak fires. He makes strong fires roar and flourish. His friendship is good. We praise him every day. So this is the poem. Now let's have an introduction first about the poem, that what is the poet telling us in this poem. Okay. We all know that the wind is a natural phenomenon. It is not blown by anyone else. Okay, it blows naturally. In this poem, the poet is talking about the, or you can say talking to the wind. Okay, the power of the wind has been described in this poem, and the poet says that the wind is very destructive. What is destructive? Destructive. What is destructive? Destructive means to damage the thing which is not repairable, irreparable damage done. Okay, so the poet is trying to say that the wind is destructive. He has linked that destructive power of the wind to the adversities of the life. Means he is trying to say that by the power of the wind, he is trying to explain us the adversities of our life, and says that the weak people break down but stronger people emerge out the adversities. Means here he is comparing the power of the wind with the life of the people. Means if the people are weak in what sense? Not by physical weakness. Okay, that is your inner weakness. If any problems in the life, there are many problems in the life, we get it till we are alive, but we have to fight with that problems. We are not supposed to sit with that problem and cry. Okay, so here the poet is trying to compare the power of destructive power of the wind with the adversities of the life of the people. He is telling that the weak people, when there is a diversion, you can say, or any problems, in the simple words you can say, when there are problems in the life, weak people, they break down, but the strong people, what do? They emerge out of adversity stronger. The poem here gives an important message, what? That we should be mentally tough and physically strong in order to survive in this hardship of life. Okay, the weak people break down like a weak building and crumble. We must make these destructive forces our friends with our strength and determination. We should not, you can say, get scared by easy words. I'm using easy words. Okay, we should not get frightened also if there is any problems in your life, because life is full of hardship. You have to take it. Life is full of challenges, full of hardship, and you have to fight with this hardship. You are not supposed to sit and, or you are not supposed to break down yourself. Same happens with the weak people. They break down, and they break down like a weak building, which can be damaged by a simple, or a power of, which can break with the power of the wind. It can be said like this. Okay, fine. So what is the poet trying to say? The poet is trying to say that you should be mentally and physically tough and strong. You are not supposed to break down yourself. Okay, because life is full of hardship. Means in this poem he is trying to explain us in all the ways that how are we supposed to fight with our life. Okay, so now let's start with the first stanza and the explanation. Okay, now moving with the explanation of the first stanza. Okay, first we will read the stanza, then I will explain you the whole stanza. Fine. Wind, come softly, don't break the shutters of the windows, don't scatter the papers, don't throw down the books on the shelf. There, look what you did. You threw them all down. You tore the pages of the books. You brought rain again. Okay, this is our first stanza. Now what is the poet trying to say in this stanza? In the first stanza, the poet is in conversation with wind. Here he is directly talking to the wind. As we people talk to each other, here the poet is directly talking to the wind. He requests the wind to blow slowly. He requests the wind to come slowly. Come softly means he says, tells the wind that whenever you blow, please blow very slowly. He also instructs the wind that whenever you blow, please don't break the shutters of the window. Okay, don't scatter the papers, means whenever you blow and come inside by the window, please don't scatter the papers here and there. Please don't blow so strongly that the books from the shelf drop down or throw down or they come down. Okay, he again tells the wind that what have you done? When the wind blows from the window, it blows down, it throws down all the books and everything from the shelf, and at that time the poet is telling the wind that see what you have done. You have threw down all the books and you have torn all the papers of the books and also brought the rain. Also brought the rain means here the poet is trying to say that you are doing so much of things. You are breaking the shutters of the window, you are scattering the papers, you are throwing down the books, you are tearing the papers whenever you blow, and with that you are bringing one more problem, that is the rain with you. So in these lines the poet is trying to say that how the wind destroys the weak. Means if the books were strong, they would have not been thrown down by the wind. Okay, the books are weak and hence the wind threw them off. Same here, the poet is comparing the weak things or the books by the people. You can say that if we are weak, anything can destroy us. Okay, here he is telling that the books were weak and so the wind threw them down. Okay, and that's why tore the papers. Because the book was weak, the wind tore the papers. Okay, further, what is the poet trying to say to the what is the poet trying to say to the wind? In the second stanza. In the second stanza, the poet is telling that you are very clever at poking fun at weaklings, frail crumbling houses, crumbling doors, crumbling rafters, crumbling wood, crumbling bodies, crumbling lives, crumbling heart. The wind god winnows and crushes them all. Okay, means what is the poet trying to say here? Here the poet is trying to say that the wind is so clever. Clever in sense, it makes the weaklings. Weaklings means the one who are weak and frail. Okay, the one who are weak and frail. Okay, so here the poet is trying to say that the wind is so clever that he makes fun of the weaklings. Okay, and next the poet also says that all the frail means here the houses, the weak houses, the doors, the rafters, the wood of the trees that are weak. Okay? Means here he is comparing everything weak. Like the houses, if the houses are weak, if the bodies are weak, bodies of animals and human beings. Crumbling lives means here killing them. Okay? And also weak hearts. Means here the poet is trying to say that all the weak things, if they are not strong, if they don't make themselves strong, they can break down any time. And in further he is telling that the winnows means the one when you say, you must have seen it in the field. Okay, when the crop is being harvested, after that the grains are being winnowed, from which the husk is being thrown out by the wind. Okay, means here the poet is trying to say that who is crushed in the wind? According to the poet, who is crushed in the wind? The one who is weak. All the weak things, you can say, all the weak things, okay, become victims of mighty wind god. Okay, here the poet is telling the wind as a god also, because it is mighty. Because it is mighty means when the wind is strong, when the wind blows strongly, nobody can stand in front of the wind. Okay, and the wind does whatever it desires, whatever it wishes. So no one can stop it from ruining the weak things, spoiling, crushing, you can say, or breaking the weak things. Okay, means here again the poet is trying to say that the weak things, or you can say comparing the weak things with the human beings, that people have to be very strong, because there are many hardships of life from which people have to survive. Okay, if the weak people are not able to stand in this strong hardship, they can break down themselves very easily. Moving to the third stanza, let's see now what does this poet expect or accept from the wind, because you can't stop the wind from blowing. So what is the poet now trying to say here? First, let's read the third stanza. He won't do what you tell him, so come, let's build strong homes. Let's joint the doors firmly, practice to firm the body, make the heart steadfast. I read the line again. He won't do what you tell him. Means here the poet is trying to say that the wind is a natural phenomena. It is going to blow on its own, whether strongly, whether softly, whatever it is there, it is going to blow on its own. Means here the poet is trying to say that he has accepted that the wind would not do as it is being said. It will rather do what it desires. Desires means the wind will do as he wishes. So what should we do? We should build strong houses and the joint of the doors firmly. We should close all our doors and windows firmly, so that the strong wind could not damage it. Okay. Same here it is trying to say, practice to firm your body. Means he is telling us, the poet is telling us that we should practice to make our body firm and strong, so that we can stand firmly in the wind and make our heart steadfast. What is steadfast? Steadfast means resolutely or dutifully firm. Okay, means where you have to be firm. You can't be strong, you can't be weak in front of anything. You have to be strong. So that's why in other words, if we say, then wind, the problems will never go away. The problems will never go away. If you have a life, if you are alive, if you are fighting with it, then there can be problems also. If there are happiness in the life, there are sorrows also. Okay, hence the poet suggests the reader to rather make themselves strong. Okay, because problems are confirmed. You cannot escape from that. You cannot run away from that. Okay, we should have strong willpower and fearlessness. Then only we can stand firmly. We have to be strong. We should make ourselves brave. We should make ourselves brave. We should make ourselves brave enough to face the problem. We should make ourselves brave enough to face the problems. Okay? Now in the third paragraph, in the last stanza, the fourth stanza, what is the poet trying to say in the fourth stanza? Then we will have a conclusion. We will have the central idea of this poem also. Okay? That what is the main central idea of this poem? What is the poet trying to say confirmly, or poet trying to explain us? Okay? In the last stanza, do this, the wind will be friends with us. The wind blows out weak fires. He makes strong fires roar and flourish. His friendship is good. We praise him every day. Do this, the wind will be friends with us. Means in the last stanza, the poet says that if we make ourselves or our willpower strong, then the wind will become our friend. Okay. In other words, that if the problem will become our friend, it will help us grow. Means if you fight with your problems, you can see, because it is a fact that in this life, till you are alive, the problems are going to be there, and these problems can be in any forms. Okay, so you can't run away with that, you can't escape with that problems. So what are you supposed to do? You are supposed to fight with that problems. Okay, once you fight with that problems, or once you are strong, what is going to happen? The problems will become your friends itself. Means you will become habitual of fighting with the problems. Never give up or never break down yourself. In the next line, the poet is trying to say that the wind or the problem or challenges, here wind means the problem or the challenges that comes in your life. Okay, by the poem, the poet is trying to explain you about your life. Means here the wind means the problems and challenges in your life. Okay, in the next line or in this stanza, the wind blows out weak fires. Means the poet is trying to say that the wind will blow out the weak fires. Weak fires means, here the weak fires means those who lack with power and courage or hope. Those who are weak, those who lack of courage, such people will be blown out by this wind. Means such people will be blown out by these problems and challenges. They will totally break down. They will try to kill themselves, or they will try to escape from that problem. On the other hand, it makes strong fire roar and flourish. Means those who are having willpower and fearlessness, they become successful and famous. Means the people who fight with these problems, who fight the challenges in the life, someday or the other they are become successful and famous. In the final two lines, the last line, his friendship is good, we praise him every day. Means here it is trying to say, in the final two lines, the poet says that the friendship of the wind means the challenges and problems are good. And a brave man praises him, which symbolizes, means here the wind is symbolizing problems and challenges. Okay? And the people who are strong, they like these challenges because they want to become famous and successful. Who does not want to be successful in the life? Everybody. But without challenges, without problems, you can't get success. Success cannot be gained so easily. Right? So that is why here in the last two lines, the poet is telling that the friendship of wind is good and the brave people praise him every day. Okay? So, this was the poem now about which the poet was trying to tell us how could we fight with challenges, how do the weak people break down if they are not able to fight with it. Okay, now let's see the central idea of the poem. The central idea of the poem is that we should be strong in mind and body. Here, though the poet is trying to tell us about the wind, but through the wind, the poet is trying to describe about the life of the people. That the life of the people may have many challenges, many problems. The one who are weak will be blown out by these challenges and problems, and those who are strong will gain success and will become successful and famous. The one who will stand firmly. The wind will be our friend when we are strong. The wind will be our friend when we are strong. Actually, the wind represents the difficulties and challenges we face in our life, and we should encounter them boldly. Means whenever there is a problem or challenge in your life, don't be weak. Don't become weak. Try to encounter it boldly. Okay? Try to face that difficulties and challenges in your life. So through this poem, the poet is trying to tell us that we should be strong, not only by body but also by mind, so that we can face the difficulties and challenges in our life and encounter them boldly. Okay? In the last, we will see the word meanings, and I hope you are noting down these word meanings, all of the word meanings which I am been giving you in all the poems and all the chapters at the last. Okay? Please note it down. Now, which is our first word today? Our first word for today is shutter. What is shutter? S-H-U-T-T-E-R. Shutter. S-H-U-T-T-E-R. Shutter. What is shutter? Shutter means, here you can say, each pair of hinged panels fixed inside or outside the window. Okay? One that can be closed and opened. Okay? Each pair of hinged panels fixed inside and outside a window. Next word is scatter. S-C-A-T-T-E-R. Scatter means threw in random direction. Scatter means throw in random directions. Okay, next word is weaklings. 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 What is weaklings? A person or an animal that is physically weak and frail. A person or an animal that is physically weak or frail. Next word is frail again. F-R-A-I-L. Frail. Frail means weak and delicate. Okay, the one which cannot stand in the wind, strong wind, that is weak and delicate. So next word is frail. F-R-A-I-L. Frail, and the meaning to this is weak and delicate. Okay, next is winnow. N-W-I-N-N-O-W. Winnow. Winnow means blow a current of air through in order to remove the shaft. Means remove the shaft from the grain. In the easy words you can say. Shaft means the husk, the bhusa you can say in the Hindi word. Okay, the one which is there in the grains. This work is done in the most of in the field. Okay, and the last word is steadfast. S-T-E-A-D. Steadfast. F-A-S-T. Fast. Resolutely or dutifully firm and unwavering. Okay, these were the word meanings of our today: shutter, scatter, weaklings, frail, winnow, and steadfast. You have to note down this. Soon I'll give you the worksheet related with this, which will help you to, which you are going to solve it by yourself. Okay, till then, take care of your health. Bye.